This is Puzzli by Metro. So this is a first to 5 I played with Color Thief. Color Thief is a pretty prominent Tetris player and great friend. And we played a little FD5. I was sort of surprised at how fast he picked up this game. If you don't know anything about it, it's sort of like underwater Puyo, except instead of playing with dominoes, you're playing with monominos. You know, you're placing one fish at a time, and it's match 3 instead of match 4. One of the central concepts here is that in order to chain like these greens right here, you'd have to clear this blue. Like you'd form a blue group right here. And then you'd have to put a yellow here or even here. And then you would be able to chain right through this pattern. But obviously, you're not really in control of your piece queue. You have to play with what you're dealt. So now we're getting into it. So you see a little bit of same brain cell here. We're both clearing through this pattern pretty straightforwardly. One of the cool things about this game is that as you push stuff down, you can set up future chains, right? So if I have this green right here, I might want it in this column right here. And even if this gets pushed back by the green, right, this orange, if I clear this blue, and then I put another orange in this column, then I'd be able to clear through it and I'd be able to chain in the future. So the way that this game works is that you're going to be attempting to build chains in order to create pressure to send over to your opponent. You can also send damage by doing power clears. So if you clear 4 or more fish in a single go, you will do more damage. It's pretty great in that respect. So right there, I think I made a mistake. So you see I have, in this situation right here, I have 2 orange fish, and then I'm holding one, and then I have a 4th right here. So I could have attacked instead of working on my board by placing here and then here. And that would create the 4 clear, which would send a single unit of garbage down here. And one of the cool things about sending a single unit of garbage is that single units of garbage are really difficult to deal with. We'll take a peek at that when garbage arrives for the first time in this match. Okay, so we've got a chain. We're going to chain through these squids and then these stripy fish, and you'll see that a 2 chain sends 3 units of garbage up here, and it always targets center board unless it would kill you. Garbage does not kill you unless there's literally no places on the board for the garbage to go, which is very kind of Puzzli. So let's see what happens when this garbage arrives. So in order for the most efficient way to clear out garbage like this, where it's 3 across, is to just clear 3 directly on top of it. And what happens is that anytime a clear happens adjacent to one of these stupid bubbles, it'll pop. And so by clearing these 3 are now open, and then they'll chain. You don't have to do it directly on top like that. You can also clear like this. Because what happens is that these 2 get pushed up, and this one is adjacent to this clear on the side, and that'll still chain. That way, if you have one of a certain color in this column or in this column, you'll still be able to clear just 3 wide garbage, which is pretty helpful. Like putting a piece here in order to start working on this down stack is less committal than placing a piece dead center like this. So sometimes you might want to do that depending on the situation with your board. So right now, I have this stupid orange. I have to figure out where I'm putting it. I'm really in the tank on this because I have neither the pink nor the orange really developed my board at all. I would love to use that orange to attack this one right here. But if I do that, then I more or less lock myself out of a chain. I have this yellow group here. If I clear this yellow group, then the blues will chain. So if I put an orange here, and then I draw a yellow, I will no longer be able to chain. By putting an orange here, I'll be able to make this match later. There's a couple different ways I could do it. I could put an octopus here, and then we'll get a 4 clear and then chain. Putting this orange here does not interrupt this chain form, but if I had put it here, I probably would have. So that's thinking there. I think I took a little too long to figure out what I was doing there. And now I draw these reds. Yep. And now those oranges are both made together in a pair, ready to clear, and they're also very accessible. But damage from CT is rolling in. And you'll see that because I combined a power clear with a chain, this garbage is way gnarlier. Because you don't have to just clear on top of all of this shit. You also need a green here in order to actually send it back. So working in power clears into your chains or power clears after a chain can really enhance the effectiveness of your garbage. So bear that in mind as you play. So we're chaining. We're sending over more pressure. CT doesn't have any obvious ways to get rid of. That's kind of interesting. So CT took a line here. So CT made a similar mistake that I made earlier with these 4s. So he has this yellow here, and he's got another yellow in his piece queue. And so he could have put it here and then here. And that would have been a power clear plus a 2-chain. Because the yellows would have actually popped all the bubbles on these blue pieces. And so he would have sent a similar garbage pattern to the one that I had sent him earlier. This green and zebra pattern. But instead he takes it on the side. It's kind of conservative. Oh my god. Oh, he's in trouble. Meanwhile, I'm just kind of down stacking. I do a little bit of hemming and hawing, thinking about making a 4 clear that I can't make. Being frustrated that I'm not getting a 2-chain here. I pop some bubbles, but it's not enough to chain. I would love to make this 4 clear. Yep. I think had I put this pink right here, I didn't have to put it there. If I had put it here, it wouldn't have committed me to clearing out this garbage with pink. And not only that, because I had drawn those reds, I would have gotten a 4-chain, which almost certainly would have killed my opponent. Instead, now I'm stuck with this pink, and no easy way to deal with it. Here we have a sort of similar mistake right here. I have a yellow and a green. Had I put this yellow here, that would have popped this bubble. And then I put this green here. This whole column moves down and then clears a 4. And that would send a unit of garbage here. But instead, because I didn't do that, I get nothing. But it's mostly fine because my opponent's, my opponent's in like life-ending peril here. I'm thinking really hard about nothing. Yeah. Alright, well, he clears some bubbles, but you'll see that the game ended in a funny way. Basically, as time progresses, there's a little siren that plays, and that's telling you that the water line is going down. And so generally, the way that this game works is that your damage does not directly kill your opponent. Instead, what it will do is it puts them in a worse and worse position. They can't all clear, and the size of their board is constantly shrinking. And that is what kills them long term, is their inability to deal with your garbage, not necessarily it arriving in the first place. We're going to have some same brain cell for a little bit. Yep, sure. I don't know why I didn't cash in that purple immediately. I think I'm looking for some sort of chain fodder here. I think I probably, if I'm reading my intentions correctly, is I'm reading this pink as a potential trigger for a chain. So I'd like to go like pink, 2-chain, rather than just cashing out these purples immediately. I do have some chain fodder right here. I just need another green, and then I'm all set. And then these yellows will unite. I'll be fine. CT's building power clear. He's got a 2-chain. That's pretty good. He's sending over a lot of garbage. But this final... Unfortunately for my opponent, the way that this garbage interacts with my board is honestly not that bad. Because, if you see, if I pop this group, I'm Gucci. I will literally just chain through all of this. It'll be great. It'll be great. And I'm also set up for a big power clear afterwards, too. I do draw this octopus, which is nothing for my board. I have a power clear fall. What? Really? Okay. Once again, well, okay, so I sort of see the logic here in my own play. By taking this power clear, I sort of leave open this shape here. And we'll be able to get like a big chain off of this. I think that's the logic, but I don't know if I agree with it in retrospect. It certainly doesn't interact with my opponent. That's the big issue. You know, CT, look at how open CT's board is. He only needs a certain amount of clears in order, like, he has nothing on his board. So he's probably pretty likely to go out to all clear if I don't find any attacks like now. All right, pressure coming in. You pop the octopuses. I need a green here. I need a miracle here. I don't hear a siren. Okay, I hear the siren now. And I'm dead. I didn't draw the green that I really needed to live. That's a shame. Easy 2-chain on board. Can you spot it? I'll give you a hint. It's this blue right here. So this blue is going to push this group up and connect, and then these purples clear. That's like a natural position on this board, but you can also make this sort of shape yourself. So like if my board looked like purple, blue, and I want to leave myself open for another clear where it's purple, blue, I can put a blue here, and then we get this checkerboard shape. This checkerboard shape is super good because it means that if you have a blue, you put one here and then you'll clear all the blue. And if you have a purple, you put a purple here and then you clear them all. And if you want to chain this group, if you want to greed on it, then you can put a purple here and then you can put a blue here and you'll get a 2-chain. And if you get the pieces in the reverse order, you can put a blue here and then put a purple here, and then you'll get a 2-chain. So remember this X shape. This X shape is super important. It's very, very good for you. Very flexible, very powerful. Hey, Note. Yeah, it is kind of strange, isn't it? You wouldn't really think about checkerboards being good, but here they really, really are. Oh, what a weird decision. So I put this green here. I put it here. I feel like had I put it here, I probably would have done better, because now if I clear these yellows, say, then these purples won't chain anymore. And also, if I want to clear this green bubble, I'm going to have to make like a really tall vertical kind of clear in order to clear it. The thing about big, tall vertical clears and shapes like that is that they're very committal. So we probably don't want to do that if we can help it. Alrighty. Okay. Wow. I feel like I got away with it there. I'm hoping to draw some action here. I need to draw 2 blues. Wow, I get it exactly. That's fucked up. I don't feel like I deserve this. Holy moly. Oh, brother. Whatever. Yeah, we slammed the 4-chain. No problem. So, you'll notice there's an interaction here that I want you to pay attention to. Watch what happens when I start chaining. I do my first power clear and a unit of garbage spawns. You can barely see it. And then as I chain, garbage continues to spawn up in these little chutes up here. because CT placed a piece during my chain, the garbage automatically drops, which means that I actually get more damage here. Had he waited instead of pressing, he actually would have taken less damage because there's a damage cap. It can only fill this whole row. So now because he pressed, now additional garbage spawns in the center board. Really rough stuff. And now his board's kind of trash. He has a couple outs. There's a couple outs that he can do. If he manages a horizontal clear here, then he'll be able to chain some of this. He would need a lot. Ideally, he'd find a way to like also clear these pinks, and then he'd be Gucci again. But it's gonna take some time, and also like my board's pretty low. I feel like that was a mistake. I had a little bit more pressure right here. So you'll see I make the little X shape. Whomp. Oh, I'm sorry. I draw another squid. I draw a green here. And I got really tunnel visioned here on clearing this purple right here. I got really tunnel visioned there when I probably could have taken this a little bit differently, where I take these greens. No, that doesn't actually work. Never mind. I was right. You know what? I was right. Now I do get a chain, but my opponent's already dead, so it doesn't matter. Alrighty, we're sending out the power clears. So CT goes for a fast 5 instead of a 4. So I get this pair. But I actually feel like power 5 is slightly worse than power 4, because having a bubbled pair is almost not as big a deal as a bubbled single piece, because of the amount of actions that you have to take in order to clear it. Like you have to draw the right fish in order to clear it. Whereas here, you'll see it just lands on my board. And I'm just like, whatever, man. Now I have a perfect horizontal clear. If I draw 2 greens here, I'm Gucci. I'm going to clear through the zebra. I draw one of the green I need. And then I just need to draw another green. I do a little 2-chain action. Yeah, no big deal. I got a little timid here. I had a purple here, and then I put another one in. I did that because my other fish was a zebra, and I wasn't guaranteed to get another purple. And I was afraid that my opponent was going to send over more garbage. Because if I put that purple here, and then I drew my other purple and I put it here, I would have chained. But if in that span my opponent sent me any garbage, it would 100% interrupt my downstack, and then I'd be in trouble. So that sort of like risk-reward analysis is part of what makes this game tick. You know, it prevents the player who's downstacking from getting too far ahead. Like there's a little bit of screen watching, interacting with your opponent in order to get the maximum value out of your board. It's not the biggest deal. If I can find a way to clear through these pinks, I'd be doing pretty okay. So I took kind of an interesting line here. So you'll see I draw these yellows, and if I place this yellow into this column, if I place this yellow here, all I accomplish is I pop this pink bubble and it's useless. If I push this yellow down and pop this zebra, right? Then the next time I get a zebra, I'll be able to make a 4 clear here. That's the rationale behind this decision. And I'll also be able to chain as well. I have to, because of the pieces that I draw, I actually chain in a different way. But you know, like your board, if you're playing correctly, your board becomes more flexible, not less flexible. And also, like, sometimes you don't really want to do super long chains because your opponent can interact with it. I really overthought that. Had I played a little bit faster. Okay, so this is an interaction that I got really punished by. You see how I made this X? I made this X exactly how I'd normally say you should. But I ran into a problem, and that is that I reached the bottom of the screen. I'm not allowed to put another fish in this column, which means that these blues will never join. I'd have to find a way to clear this red first before I'd be able to put another fish into this column, which means I'm locked out, and that's super, super bad. And meanwhile, my opponent is just fucking chaining. Yeah, I'm dead. You do have to play quite fast to play this game. So I missed a chain opportunity here. Had I put pink into this column, then I put a blue here, then I get a 2 chain. No problem. Not a big deal. I think CT misses this chain too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he misses it too. No big deal. Looks like he's scheming on a green chain here. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. So one of the things you could do is he draws a pink here. He wants to clear this shape right here. If you want to, what you could do is you could push through this shape. You put the pink here, and then you connect these, and then all of these will pop, and then you'll get a follow-up chain with a power 4, which is pretty cool. He doesn't, because he doesn't know that he's not going to draw another pink. So like, you know, you take some risk. You take some risk, you get some reward, you know, no big deal. I have these greens, and I have no place to put them. So rather than deal with them, I'm just going to bury them in my board and try not to think too hard about it. I'm getting punished for doing that pretty badly. I do have a chain here, so I can at least interact with my opponent. All right, so this is the exact scenario that I was describing earlier, except this time I drew the second orange. So what I can do is I can push through this garbage pattern and capture the fish behind it, and now I'll pop all 3 of these bubbles, and I'll get a great chain off of it. So the checkerboard really pays off. We'll get this chain. Oh yeah, big juicy chain. I need to draw a green here. I'll draw a red, no big deal. I draw the green. We continue to chain. My opponent's in hell. And now I just need to draw a green to win the game. All clear, no problem. We get the funny graphical glitch. This game's a little unstable online. I recommend you use the dip switches to turn off coins. There's more than one thing that causes this game to desync, but coins do contribute. So if you turn off the coins in the dip switches, it'll make the game just stable enough. So easy 2 chain on the left. Can you spot it? You may have noticed the game actually has spawned checkerboards, but one of them is different than the other, and I'm sure perhaps you've already seen it. Easy 2 chain. Now, there's a couple different ways we could have taken this follow-up. I'm taking the boring line, looks like, where you do like a 2. Had I done it over here, I could have gotten a power 4 and sent damage over to my opponent. Oh, that's what I do. Look at me, I'm a gamer. My opponent's definitely in hell. Like, they're having a terrible time. And these single 4s are so super annoying for my opponent to deal with. You know, I want to look at this briefly. Yeah, there's no place for me to put that yellow. I definitely thought about it. I think I was thinking about the power 4, and there's just no way to make that work. When you're low at board, your opponent's garbage is sometimes really inconsequential. And this incoming tide alert gonna be the thing that does my opponent in. We're gonna do some same brain cell. I was slightly faster than my opponent, so it interrupts his ability to downstack here. He does have a cool chain, though. Big fan. Oh, we would love to draw another pink here. It would just be such gas. All right, so we're going to pierce. So once again, you saw it. I'm going to keep harping on this because it's really important to the flow of the game. I have the 3 garbage right here, and I need to pop them. Rather than trying to build a horizontal 3 on top, I have, I'm holding 2 of the same piece that matches a piece underneath. So by pushing through the shape and making the 3 clear, then I'll be able to clear all 3 of the reds and then chain through my board. That's a pretty typical route through garbage in this game. I need some stuff. Oh, you see it again? I literally do the exact same thing again. Right? So I have a pair. And then I have 1 behind. And then I push through. And then I 2-chain. It's just that easy. In fact, I get a 3. I got a 4. A 5! We're gaming. So we both find the power 4. But there's a follow-up. I take the aggressive line, and so does CT, actually. We're trying to push through with the blues. I have nothing here. I have nothing good. Alright, we're finally able to make progress. A lot of the time, when you have pieces that you have no idea what you're going to do with them, discarding them into the outer columns is often better than discarding them in the center columns, especially because you don't want to interrupt what you're already working on. And also because if garbage arrives in the center columns, because it usually comes out these center 3 shoots, if garbage arrives, then you'll already have unbubbled pieces on the sides. You'll have a lot of different options. If you had garbage arriving here, here, and here, and then you have a piece right here, then if you have a matching color right there, then you can just go like bip, bip, and then be good. If garbage arrives there, you can also, and you have a pair, you can push through twice in the same column, you know, here, and then here, and you'll get the 3 right here. You won't clear all 3 of these. You won't pop that bubble, the last bubble, but you'll be well on your way. And that way you can manage your board a little more effectively. So I miss an opportunity for a 4-chain, or for a power 4 here. So I have these 2 zebra, and I decided to take the clear. I could have gone here and then here in order to get a power chain, which would have been huge for me. Because if you look at my opponent's board, he's got all these blues lined up ready to go. So if he manages to find a clear on top of these, he's going to chain through all of this shit, and I'm going to be in trouble. But had I taken a power 4 here, then a single unit of garbage would fall right in the middle. And what that'll do is it'll make it almost impossible to get this chain in a timely manner. And I would be much safer had I taken that 4 there. But CT is also having really bad luck. He's really struggling to draw what he needs here. He needs to draw a pink. That would be the best piece to draw. He would still love to draw a pink. Meanwhile, I just need to draw an orange, and then I'm Gucci. We're still looking for that orange. Alright, well, we'll take it in a slightly different, funnier way. So you'll see, CT's got this 4 clear. It sends a single unit of garbage right in the worst spot, right? Now, because this garbage is here, even if I clear this orange pair, I will not be able to chain this blue group anymore. Instead, I'll have to clear the oranges first and then somehow draw a double yellow before I'll be able to chain, which is almost certainly not happening, right? Instead, it totally defuses my board, interrupts my action. It makes it very difficult for me to find action. So you see, I find the oranges, but no yellows. I do find a chain, an unrelated chain, but it's kind of not great for me. I do find, oh no! Okay, it's all right. Oh my god. I don't think I should have taken that chain there. I did react to garbage here. So I heard my opponent chaining. If I had gone for a 4 here, if I had gone by pushing a squid here and then going for a 4 here, I almost certainly would have been punished by this incoming garbage. But instead, I managed to luck out. My board is, like, absolutely trash, but I managed to cheese it out anyway. Why? Oh, because... So CT's actually a move ahead of me. That's why his board sunk faster. The boards don't sink at the same rate. They sink at the rate of people placing. CT's scheming. Oh my god, look at this counter chain. Holy moly. So I was wondering, because I felt like I had a pretty good route through this board. So this is what I was talking about with interrupting these like repeated 3s with power 4. Because had I found a way to not leave this sort of vulnerable garbage, then CT would never have gotten a chain like this. So remember when I was talking about how right here, that as garbage arrives, it will avoid lethal columns. So it won't fall in this column until all of the other slots up here have been filled. So I put a piece down here, right? No, I didn't. Okay, so this is a mistake. So in this position, had I put a piece down, then this garbage would immediately fall. Because of that, it would have emptied my damage queue, and the remaining fish that spawned, these, would not have this fish in particular would not have spawned in this column, because it would have seen, oh, there's open spots in your damage queue, I can put pieces that are non-lethal, and I would have lived. But instead, it fills up my garbage queue, I have a full column, and now it just kills me, which is very cool. Yeah, this game's got a lot more going on than meets the eye. I actually feel like this game's super sick. All right, we have the easiest power 4 of our lives. Me and CT taking different routes here. Oh, great power 5. I have a 2 chain. He's got another power 4. He's kind of dropping little bits of garbage over my board. But like repeated power 4 does not do as much damage as you would think. I took a really conservative line. I think I'm fishing for this power 5. Oh, okay. So I saw this pair. And I was like, yo, I have 2 yellows. I can push these down here. And then all I need is to draw another yellow. And then I'll be able to get a power 5. In fact, I'll get a power 5 and then I'll also 3-chain off these greens. However, what I did not think about is that I would need 3 yellows in this column. But there's only 2 empty spaces. Genius. I do manage to find some blues. Oh my god, that is so sad. I really felt that. So you see, I saw I have 1 behind, and then I have a pair, and then I'll just push through, right? And then I'll take this 2-chain. However, I just was not paying attention to this unit of garbage up here. And so now that's like totally ruined. I'm not like dead. I have a pretty good checkerboard. I did have a pretty good checkerboard. You'll see that I'm so high up that it really constrains my options. I do punish my opponent a little bit. He's going to have to spend some time. Oh, he does draw at least 1 green. But he clears his board, so if you have damage in the queue, it only arrives if your board still has stuff. Which he did not, so he's going to take a game. Easy 2-chain. With a setup for a power 4. I'm just throwing the pieces down. You see, I'm doing a little spear fishing again today. Easy power 4. Both players sending them to each other. I think I took that route so that way I would pop that blue bubble, but I don't know if that was worth it. I feel like CT is a little ahead here. I'm just doing some dorky clears. CT's chaining. So what did he do here? We have a pretty similar board here. Oh, he's already placed his octopus. We take the same power 4. But he's able to find another power 4. He takes one I did not expect. I for sure would have thought that he would want to get rid of this green. So that way he'd set up these squid. So after taking this green, he would just need to put a squid here. And then a pink here as well. And then he would get an easy 3-chain, right? He finds another... Oh, he's going deep for a power... I see. Okay. He found a good chain here. And like multiple follow-ups. Huh. Why did that land there? Oh. Oh, that's fucked up. Wow, this game has some jank in it. That is fucked up. Okay. So, normally garbage does not spawn in the column, in any column that you have that's lethal, right? Unless there's literally nowhere else to go. However, I was placing a piece. So this column was not technically full yet. Garbage spawns. And because I had just placed a piece, that means that my turn was over. And garbage could arrive from the queue, killing me instantly. Which is so funny. That is such a shame. Oh, easy chain. And I somehow miss it. CT doesn't though. Though is that garbage, right? Huh. I figured that it would also send an additional unit of garbage there. What's the plan here? Rats, you are dead. You are extremely dead. Yeah, wow. This single move really caused the game to spiral. So, so in this position, I placed the purple. And then had I just put another purple right here, I would have been absolutely Gucci. Because then I do this pink clear and then purple, 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 purple. And I would have gotten... That's why I was confused. Because I didn't look at CT's board. He actually does it... he puts his purples here. It's like checkerboarded in a weird way. No, he gets the 4 clear. What the hell? I'm so confused. But now he's in a much better shape. I put a zebra dead center, hoping that I would clear these squids and live. I put those there. Wow. So I put this pink here, hoping that I could push through here. And then I get a yellow, thinking I would make a pair here. That's a pretty slow line. It would require me to draw a lot of pieces, which is not great when your opponent's board looks like fucking this. Because all he has to do is he draws one zebra and then his entire board just explodes. Instead he draws a green, which explodes in a different way. Yeah, die. Enjoy death. I'm just putting pieces on my board. There's no place for me to live here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're dropping fish down. Yeah, CT's a gamer. He's played a video game before. Alrighty. We would love to draw some blues here, but we're not. We're gonna do a little bit of chaining. CT took a dorky line that's not really paying off. He needs to draw another green here. I don't understand that move. In the meantime, I'll do a little power 4. And look at how devastating this power 4 is. Like, that shit sucks. He needs to draw another blue here in order to live, and he did not. All this does is pop the orange bubble, which does nothing for him long term. So I guess he just dies. Like, yeah, you can hear the tide alert going off. He dies to damage the same way I did previously. Easy power 4. Are you awake? Are you not? I missed an opportunity for a power 4. CT does not, because he's a gamer. I do have a huge clear. But he has a way to chain it back. Oh my god, he's so greedy. Chat, he is so greedy. Did you see that? He draws this yellow, and he's like, yo, I'm about to just slam this yellow here, so that way I'll get rid of all of this, and then chain all of these pinks. But guess what? He didn't have to do that. If he had placed this yellow here, then he still would have popped all these bubbles, and then he would have gotten a 2-chain easy. But because of his greed, you know, he's looking for this power 5. He's just gonna taste it instead. He does get a pretty large clear here, but he still needs to draw a yellow. And there's no guarantee of him drawing that. He's going to shove these blues down center. And he's hesitating because damage has arrived. And if he sticks those fish into columns 2 through 4, it wouldn't help him in the slightest. He's trying to pop these red bubbles. Meanwhile, I'm just sort of living my best life over here. It actually doesn't matter. I'm queuing up for a red power 4. Or we're thinking of 2-chaining off of these blues. Yeah, you bet. There's no way to make a power 4 with those blues. My opponent's sending me garbage that does not matter. Oh, we're spear fishing. Just send the 2-chain over. This continues to trash my opponent's board. He's having a terrible time. And it's all over. Hell yeah, we do love a little all-clear action. Just like all of their other puzzle games. Metro's puzzle games are all like this. So Mouse Shooter Go-Go, Dharma Dojo, all those games, you know, you win if you get an all-clear. Easy power 4. We're setting up for a 2-chain off these yellows. CT's doing the similar thing. He needs greens to start a chain off these pinks. I decided to take a conservative line. It doesn't really pay off. Oh, what a weird choice. Is that right? So I see this checkerboard shape red and then this right here. And I could have taken this green clear, but it wouldn't have chained. It would have popped this blue bubble though. Instead, I decide I'm going to push through this way. So that way I can pop this bubble and get a blue chain right here. This pink arriving actually enhances this plan somewhat, because what'll happen is that I'll pop this blue bubble, this purple bubble, I'll get a 3-chain, green, pink, and then finally blue. But I don't think I draw the green I need in time, right? No, I do. I'm a gamer. I'm doing a little bit of chaining. I have a lot of garbage from CT rolling in. Oh, that's so sad. So again, I took a really conservative line. I understand my reasoning. I had a yellow here, and then I drew a yellow. Behind this red is another yellow. And had I gone boom, 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 I would have gotten a 3-chain, because I would have cleared the yellows, the blues, and then these pinks. But that would mean committing to my center board in a kind of scary way. Now, you might be like, well, you know, like you can continue to discard in this column and maybe even this column. So it's not the biggest deal. And if you want to make sure if you can commit to your center board, you can do something that I didn't. And that is that I need to just put some eyeballs on DT's board, right? I need to look at this, because the only way... Well, actually, CT, I did make the right call, you know? You know why? Because he's got these 2 yellows here. So he's going to 2-chain right here and here. So I made the right call. You know what? I lied. I mean, I needed to play a little bit faster. It's just like happenstance that it worked out that way. I had a little bit of sad moment because column 3 is full, so I can't put anything in there. I need to draw a blue here, like ASAP. A green will do fine. I get to chain through my whole board. Then I just ruin CT's day. I need to draw another yellow. Meanwhile, CT's just enjoying suffering, pain. I still need that yellow. And look at how savage this one piece of garbage is. Because even if CT draws another purple to clear this group, he won't chain because of this red. This game is not necessarily about big, long chains. It's also just about taking small little opportunities to disrupt whatever your opponent's doing. Alrighty, CT found an obvious 2-chain that I missed. I do have some opportunities. I start a checkerboard, centerboard. I decided to take a power 4 because I'm a gamer. I need to draw a oh, I don't need to. Never mind. I don't need anything. I'm a little bit behind CT here, but not in a bad way. I set up for a power 4 here. Oh, I actually set up for a chain. That's cool. I need to draw 2 octopi. Instead, I'll just take a 3-chain. One of the things I like about this game is that it's actually pretty lenient. Like, there's a lot of different ways for you to take a shape, take a chain. I look at my opponent's board just to see what's going on, and I've already won. So, GG's. I'm a gamer. I hope you enjoyed Puzzli. That's all this game is about. It's just making little chains, making power clears, all that good stuff. And that's all there is to it.